Hey guys, I'm back. Survival Boxes has just arrived for January 2018. Slightly smaller box than the last two we've gotten, but we're gonna hope that what's in it, that's what counts, right? Not the size of the box. So high hopes. We're ready for that. Want to do some shout outs today because we haven't done any since I think last week. So just rolling right into that today. Shout outs, starting off with Brady Teets, been a follower of this channel for quite a while and always has some pretty funny stuff to say. Brady's mom, Alice, is nursing a broken arm, and we would just like to send not only a shout out, but lots of love and well wishes to Brady's mom, Alice, and the whole Brady Teets family. Broken bones are no fun whatsoever, and we hope that you recover from this fast and get back to doing all the things you like doing. Also on the shout out list for today, Honda Life, Purple Tuber King, Rihanna Her Best, Gaming with Jacob, and ACB Gaming. So thank you all for supporting this channel, for subscribing, for watching videos, taking part in the discussions. Appreciate you guys. Glad to give you shout outs and, you know, give you this public thanks for taking part in what we do here. If you've asked for a shout out and you're still waiting, hey, it's a long list. I promise I will get to you as we do future videos and we move on. A lot of you guys have asked to get back to the Douche Canoe Award. I haven't done a Douche Canoe Award in quite some time, and there are a lot of people who really deserve Douche Canoe Awards lately. I haven't really awarded one in a really long time. If you're relatively new to the channel, you might also not know that I have a lot of fun with my responses to trolls and douche canoes on the Knife Box video. The way I respond to people on that video is very different than the way that I respond to people in general. I try to be very friendly and sociable and respect people's opinions, but here's the thing. If you respect, respect is a two-way street, and if you leave a comment that is just stupid or hateful or rude or just flat out just out there, I'm going to respond the same way, especially on that video. You know, you want to have an intelligent, respectful conversation, we can disagree all day long, but I'm not going to be a dick about it, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But the people on the Knife Box video are insane. So, this week's Douche Canoe Award goes to Seth Minshew. Now, you can go check out 4 days ago from the posting of this video, from the date that this video is posted, on the Knife Box Sucks video. And you know what? I'll put a link to the Knife Box Sucks video in the video description, just so you can take a look at all the hilarity that goes on there if you haven't seen it. Seth Minshew has earned the Douche Canoe Award in that one. He definitely is a douche canoe. So Seth, I hope you're watching. Douche Canoe. Alright, so anyway, we have delayed this long enough. Let's go ahead and let's see what we've got from Survival Boxes, because if you keep in track, I have not been really impressed with the last two boxes I've gotten from them. Not at all. So I'm hoping that this is going to kind of improve and maybe redeem this subscription a little bit. Okay, Peter Kitty Cat has probably heard a box opening, and I'm sure will be here right away to check out what's in the box and play with this stuff. So, survival card number, here he is. Survival card number 24. Survival tips in the event of a grid failure. So, another Blackout box. So we got one of these in Battle Box. It was actually my first Battle Box that I ever subscribed to. So we'll take this and we will file this in our little Survival Boxes binder. I've come to understand that when we look at the shipping list, that we look at the price list and the shipping and everything, they say prime shipping $8.25. I'm going to call bullshit on this, because you can't subscribe to 1 month of prime shipping. You subscribe for a year, or unless it's changed since I subscribed, and maybe it has, and you guys let me know if I'm wrong. Peter Kitty Cat, seriously, bro. You guys let me know if I'm wrong about that, but there is no $8.25 for prime shipping. It's, you know, you pay your year's subscription or you don't. Say you're a Prime member and it's free shipping, or say how much a Prime membership costs, but to just randomly pick that number out because you divide a Prime membership by 12 months, I don't think that is, I don't think it's a valid way to do it. I think that's, I don't know, I think that's sketchy. That's my opinion. But anyway, we're looking at the Survival Box gear only. So they give it an MSRP of $163.94. At the time of their packing the box, those are the lowest prices they found everything on Amazon. So we're going to look first for the Illuminate Packlight Max 2-in-1 phone charger and solar light that they say has a retail price of $49.99. So here it is in the packaging. Packlight Max 2-in-1 phone charger, solar 2-in-1 phone charger, and inflatable lantern. This looks very similar to something that actually came in the Battle Box. I see another item that's almost identical to what came in the Battle Box one. I can't remember the actual brand, but you know what? I'm going to put a link to the Battle Box Blackout box in the video description as well, so you can kind of check out what came in that. I did like the inflatable lantern little thing that came in the Battle Box one, though. The Battle Box one was not a phone charger. It was an inflatable light, solar powered, but it was not also a phone charger. So let's see what we've got here all in all. So just right here on the quick reference page, this kind of tells us what we can expect. So you got 5 modes for your light, which is kind of cool. Setting is turbo. I don't know what that means exactly. High, medium, low, and flashing. We're going to have to check what turbo is and how that's different from flashing or anything like that. And then the charge output, I'm assuming this is like from one full charging of this. You can charge your smartphone once, a headlamp 1 to 2 full charges, digital camera 1 full charge, and a tablet 15 to 25% charge. So that's good to know ahead of time. And of course that's all estimated, I guess, because they can't tell you what every single device is going to do, but that's a good rule of thumb to have. So let's go ahead and let's just blow this thing up and see what happens. So 2 good lungfuls of air gets this thing blown up. So you can, not only is it a strap that can hold it all together, you know, when it's empty, but you know, now you got a little carry handle. I guess it probably doesn't have any battery power now, but let's check it out. Oh, so 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks. Oh man. Now on my screen, on the camera, it's doing that LED flashing thing. I wonder how it's going to come out on the final video. I wonder what you guys are seeing right now. And this is flashing. So, I guess turbo is just the brightness level of it all. It's not bad. I mean, I'm sure this thing needs to be charged. There's a battery button that tells us how charged it is, and according to the battery button, it's out of the package, and who knows how long it's been sitting in the package. It's fairly charged up. And of course, we've got to cycle through everything if we want to turn it off again. Watertight USB slot. So the instructions come with right there. It says that it will fully charge outdoors bright sunlight in 14 hours, or you use the micro USB to charge it in 1 to 2 hours. It says it'll hold a charge in storage for up to 2 years, but they recommend you recharge it every 3 to 4 months just to make sure it's fully charged if and when you need it. I think this is a pretty cool item, and you know what? This definitely goes in the like it pile for me. The smaller one I have from Battle Box, different name, almost, you know, very similar type item. We've used it quite a bit on power outages in Florida and such, and it has done great. And it's been a lot of fun for, you know, for the kids in the bath and stuff like that. This one adds the element of being able to charge stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with the brand. I don't know particularly, you know, how they hold up, but if this is anything like the item that came in the Battle Box, it's going to be pretty good. So this first item is going right in the like it pile. I'll be honest, when I first saw the theme, I was like, ah, another Blackout box, great. But right off the bat, you know, at least it's a good, useful item. It's something that I kind of recognize has good value, not only in a disaster, but, you know, we've used the other one in multiple different kinds of uses. And so that's kind of fun. That's cool. I'm happy. One item in, but I'm happy. As for the price, I don't know. We're gonna have to do some online looking. They already say what it costs on Amazon, so I'm sure somebody out there can find this for cheaper. If you look hard enough, you can find anything for cheaper. But there you go. So item number 1 in the like it pile. So let's go to item number 2. The BTEC UV5X3 5-watt tri-band radio for $59.89. And I already saw that. I swear this exact same thing pretty much came in BattleBox. I mean, exact same thing, which is good because now I have 2 of them and now they can talk to each other. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to pronounce this wrong probably, but Baofeng, Chinese radio manufacturer. Believe it or not, they make pretty decent radios. If the grid is down though and there's a blackout, what makes you think other people are going to have the opportunity and radios that'll be able to talk to you? You know, like, I'm just saying. But I've been asked to do a video on emergency communications, and I know a lot about military communications. I mean, a lot about military communications. That was a big part of my job, was, you know, comms and commo in the field and stuff. I'm not sure about civilian communication stuff. This is not the exact same radio. It's a little smaller, but very similar to the one that came in BattleBox. So it's programmable. It does VHF, UHF. It has some pre-programmed weather frequencies. It has a small LED flashlight on the top. Is the battery charged at all? It is. So like I said, you can pre-program channels into it. And it will pick up the UHF and VHF emergency channels. So there is a channel that is strictly for emergencies on UHF and a channel on VHF that is strictly for emergencies. And I'm not going to say them now because I don't want to be responsible for anybody jerking around on them. But this radio will do those and give you access to those as well. This will operate in a simplex and a duplex mode. I don't want to get too much in the weeds with this, but it is beyond a standard just little two-way walkie-talkie or an FRS radio. It does a lot of stuff. It is still not in the neighborhood, in my opinion, as a good Motorola. You know, but it's a pretty fancy, does a lot for you kind of radio. And if you know what you're doing, it's a pretty good communications tool. Depending on, you know, terrain and atmospherics and all sorts of stuff, you can talk for quite a few miles on that. There's your little LED flashlight. Not very bright, but, you know, in the dark to read a map or something, it works. It talks to you in English, not Chinese, which is cool. Has a clip that you can attach. You've got to screw on the base plate to it. And it fits pretty well in most pouches and stuff. Has this charging port, so you can plug your radio right into it and, you know, plug it into the wall. Comes with a little earpiece that I don't really find very effective, but there's a little microphone on this thing with a push-to-talk switch. So, you know, you can do the cool cop thing and leave this thing hooked on a vest or something and then just talk with this. Comes with an extra antenna in case anything happens to your antenna. You can also connect this to other antennas if you're in a vehicle and you've got a more high-powered antenna that you want to connect this to or anything like that. When it comes to range, though, like I started to say, with VHF and UHF, they're line-of-sight radios. So your range has a lot to do with your line-of-sight obstructions, terrain, things like that. So, yeah, it has to do with the power of the transmitter and the antenna and, you know, its ability to receive. But it also has a whole lot to do with, are you in an urban environment? Are you in the woods? Are you in a big open area? You know, how much power is the other guy transmitting with? What are the atmospherics doing that day? You know, how are they attenuating frequencies? So I can't even tell you, like, oh, the range is this. If you actually study the EM spectrum and you study radio operations and radio procedures, there's 100 different things that affects how far a radio transmission can go. And that's why the really good radio operators that know how to bounce signals off the ionosphere and all that stuff with HF radios and all that other stuff, it makes some good money. So there you go. But believe it or not, like, yeah, it's Chinese. I have this reputation now for hating anything out of China. That's not true. This is a very well-made radio. It's not as good as some of the better American products, but it's a very good radio. And in an emergency, it does a lot of stuff for you. So I like it. Going in the like it pile. Okay, so moving on, we've got a UST, oh, the dreaded UST. UST folding stove with fuel for $5.99. Let's find that. Oh, this little guy. Wow. Wow. I have seen this little stove when I was, oh God, cadet in high school. So these are the fuel tablets. I think these are trioxane or something similar. Let's see, does it actually say what it is? The fuel cubes are $2.99. So, all right, I'm still looking for the folding stove with fuel, and then we've got the fuel cubes for $2.99. So let me still look for that folding stove. Contains 8 fuel cubes, and then we've got extra cubes. This I have used this thing so many times when I was, I'm going to say it, and I was a Civil Air Patrol cadet in high school. Go ahead, start with the teasing, guys. I believe the hexamine, that's what it is. Oh, that's interesting. Hexamine may decompose to formaldehyde in the presence of perspiration. Interesting. I believe trioxane was what the fuel tablets we used to use were. Believe it or not, this little stove, well, maybe not this one. I was going to say, I was about to give it a compliment and say, believe it or not, this little stove works pretty well. Just set this little guy up, put a fuel cube in there, and then put a canteen cup, you know, the old issued canteen cup, or anything else on top, and this works very, very well. The old fuel cubes light easily, light quickly. They, you know, they work. Flat out, they just work. There's nothing fancy about this thing. But it's lightweight. It folds up. Now, I didn't know a whole lot then. I know much better stoves, but the beauty of this one is you don't have to worry about a tank of fuel. You don't have to haul around a big bulky, you know, fuel container or connect anything. You can even split these things up and store them, you know, in different places, in baggies or whatever. So it's not a bad item. It's not a great item. I'm not thrilled with it, although the price seems kind of dead on from what I remember. You could probably find it for cheaper. But these fuel cubes also, you know, they're good fire starters. You don't need to use them just for fuel. So also I think $2.99 just for a pack of fire starters. And if you're using them for fire starters, you don't need this whole cube. You could cut these cubes up into quarters, and then, you know, I mean, that's good enough to start a fire. And it will burn for a while too. So, not bad. I don't want to put it in the like it pile because it's not a thrilling item to me. But, I mean, then again, if we're judging based on, you know, the simplicity and it does what it says, it does what it says. I have other bigger, better stoves. But then again, in a survival, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. Struggling. I don't want to let nostalgia cloud my judgment. It is not a great item. It is flat out, it is not a great item. But it's an effective item. So I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to put it in Mehville. Welcome to Mehville stove. These fuel cubes, on the other hand, these fuel cubes go in the like it pile because they have multiple uses, because I know how effective they are. They are great fire starters, and they burn relatively cleanly, relatively without odor. They burn pretty well. So, fuel cubes go in the like it pile. Next, we're looking at the UST Soul Cook Set for $19.95, and I guess you can use that with your folding stove. But Oh, sorry, not Soul Cook Set, Solo Cook Set. The Solo Cook Set. The ultimate survival gear. So it is BPA free. Good. We wouldn't want that. You know, if everything that was the ultimate this or that really was. So let's take a look. I feel like we just got a very similar thing to this in the Hades box too, claiming to be the ultimate little cook set. Well, it is little. It's a little cook set. So you got your measuring your graduations up to 16 ounces, 400 milliliters on the inside. Ooh, that's a very firm handle at least. Spring loaded. This probably needs to be rinsed before you use it. This also has a spring-loaded handle, so it can fit inside. It can be a top. It can be a whole separate thing. So, I mean, really what it is it's a two-piece little cooking set. The packaging says it's a hard anodized aluminum construction. The bowl holds 8.6 fluid ounces. The pot has a total capacity of 16.9 fluid ounces. So 255 milliliters and a total of 500 milliliters altogether. 16.9 fluid ounces, one normal little water bottle size. So nothing fancy. I mean, I'm telling you, like, the wind is kind of slowly being taken out of my sails as we go through these items. I was really excited for the first couple, and now we are firmly in Mayville. Well, isn't that something? All right, so I'm going to throw this out there. Let's take a look. Let me bring this closer to the camera. You're going to give me a cook set and you're going to give me a stove. Don't you think you would want to make sure that maybe the cook set fits on the stove, perhaps? Now, yeah, you can fold these legs in, I guess, 45 degrees, right? But I can tell you from experience, the legs don't always want to stay at that 45 degrees when you put something on them. And look at it, I'm not even really putting any weight. I'm just... Oops. I mean... I wonder if two different people were responsible for buying the stove and buying the cook set. But then again, they both come from UST. They both come from UST. So, alright. I am really tempted to put both these items now in the don't like it pile. I guess I think that this is just a waste of an item in a box. The cook set is going in the don't like it pile because this is not, I don't know, this is just not an item I want to get in the box. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just, this is no imagination. None whatsoever. And I just don't like, I mean, I don't like it. It's my opinion. I'm not thrilled. This is in the don't like it. The stove, though, you know, now that I'm looking at it in the context of the whole box, it's just, it's bugging me. It's still in meh land. Meh population stove, but you know, I'm not sure. I'm really on the fence about this stove, guys. I don't know. We only have one item left, and that is the Marbles Camp Combo Set, knife and tool, for $11.95. So let's check that out. Well, it has not survived its own packaging very well. What do you guys think my going in decision on this is already? All right, let's open it up and see. So let's start with the camper's best friend. It didn't even have the carabiner on it. It comes with a carabiner. I guess they didn't lie. So now it's got the carabiner on it. It has a baby spoon, which I guess is better than no spoon. It has a bottle opener. It has a can opener. It's actually not as flimsy as it looks, but really? You can go hang out and Don't Like It Go with the Solo Cook Kit, which is no longer Solo, so awesome. Then there's this. First of all, it smells like old metal. It's got schmutz all over it. This is clearly a reproduction, if this ever was a GI issue knife. I mean, like, this is cute. Great. Could you give me an actual knife in my survival box instead of this thing? So, we've got a bottle opener. Hashtag no more bottle openers. Along with a flathead screwdriver. Fine. Something that does not want to come out at all. Small blade all kind of type deal over here. Which just, it does not want to come out. I mean, it's resisting. None of these lock, by the way, so all slip joint. Now it's out. We'll get to the main blade last. You've got a can opener. And then a blade. That doesn't quite stand out straight. Labeled with Marbles Quality Knives. Fingerprints all over it. Yeah, I was hoping for a knife, so I brought some paper and stuff. I don't have high hopes. Oh. I'm not trying to sabotage this. I'm not, I swear. There we go. It likes the first cut, and then after that, it doesn't want to cut anymore. I'm not trying to, it just doesn't, like, after it gets one good cut, it doesn't want to cut anymore. I don't know what the deal is. Not too bad, cutting the cord. A little bit of effort, but not too bad. Alright, so this thing's gonna hang out and Don't Like It land with its buddies over there. There was one more item that was not on the list, and it was this little backpack thing. Unfortunately, the camera, I didn't realize it stopped recording when I originally looked at it. And I said, well, it looks like kind of a reusable shopping bag that you get, you know, for like 79 cents at a supermarket. And then when I went to just give it a little tug, I ripped it open. This is what they, so yeah, this happened. It just ripped right open. So I don't know if this was what this is intended for. Is this like supposed to be your survival bag for the blackout? What is this? But yeah, so this is complete garbage. This is a waste. This is nothing. Way to go. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah. So I gotta be honest, I kind of think I had high hopes. I had an open mind when I opened this box. I got pretty excited, you know, at this item right here. I was kind of riding the excitement like, hey, this could be a good box when we looked at this. And then it sort of all went downhill. And 3 disappointing boxes in a row. I think I'm done with survival boxes. I gave it a fair shot, I think. I don't know. So this is where I want the opinion of all of you guys. Do we give them one more month, or do we cut our losses on this and try a different box? What do you guys think we should do at this point? Please let me know in the comments. We give up on survival boxes and try someone else, or do we give them one more month in February to redeem themselves from this? Let me know. because I have a little bit of time before I have to pay for the next box. So yeah, so there we go. So for this box, they estimate the total value at MSRP $163.94. I paid $89.99 plus shipping for this box. Another disappointing box. I really had heard great things about Survival Box. I don't know. Pretty disappointed with it. So anyway, there we go. So the for those of you wondering, the giveaway video will absolutely be posted this weekend. I have everything planned out for the rest of this week. Spreadsheet is done. I gotta just record the winners video. And I will have that up this weekend for sure without fail. Yeah, but it's just, man, this is disappointing unboxing, huh? So anyway, all right. So I got a couple good items to put away. A couple more items that look. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it, though. So they could make an appearance in another giveaway at some other time, or could get donated to the Scouts or something else. Who knows? So we'll just see. But thank you guys for unboxing this with me. I appreciate all of you, as always. You are awesome, as always. And like always, I will be back again real soon.